That diligence you think is protecting your pearly whites, it's actually staging a hostile takeover and ripping your teeth out by their roots. Over 60, put down that toothbrush right after eating. Seriously, drop it like it's hot and acidic. Aunties, uncles, are you guilty of that post-meal mouth discomfort that sends you sprinting to the bathroom, toothbrush in hand, like a dental superhero? Well, today, as a doctor with a surprisingly intact professional conscience, I'm begging you, for the love of all that is holy, put that brush down. You're not brushing, folks. You're taking a steel wool scrubber to a priceless porcelain vase. A vase that, by the way, lives in your mouth. I simply must tell you about Uncle David Tom, 74, who waltzed into my clinic not long ago. Waltzed might be an exaggeration given his dental predicament, but you get the idea. This man was a legend, a military man. He lived his life by rules so strict, even his teeth saluted. He was a staunch follower of the 3-3-3 rule. Eat 3 meals, brush within 3 minutes for over 50 years. Never missed a day. His teeth were probably more disciplined than actual soldiers. Not a single cavity was his badge of honor. He probably bragged about it at family dinners. But then, one day, cold water made his teeth wince. Soon, even a gentle breeze made him scream like a banshee. That's when he finally dragged himself to my clinic.
I peered into his mouth and was utterly speechless. On the surface, sparkling clean. Dig a little deeper, a dental disaster zone. The border between tooth and gum, gone, vanished. It looked like a tiny lumberjack had gone wild with an axe in there. His tooth roots were exposed, looking naked and vulnerable, and his enamel, once a mighty fortress, was completely eroded. His nerves were practically waving hello to the outside world. I gently broke the news. Uncle, I'm so sorry, but your teeth aren't being eaten by bacteria. Oh no, you, sir, with your 50 years of relentless brushing, have personally sanded them down to stumps. Uncle Hung stared blankly, then collapsed onto the chair. But doctors, school, TV, they all said brush right after eating, he sputtered, eyes wide with betrayal. My lifelong habit destroying my teeth? That's just preposterous. He was so distraught, his eyes welled up, probably thinking of all those wasted brushes. So what about you? Are you Uncle Hung's dental twin? Because this isn't just his tragedy, it's a silent epidemic. Statistics show that 9 out of 10 Vietnamese seniors over 65 are suffering from gum disease, eroded teeth, exposed roots, and that oh-so-fun sensitivity. It's like a national dental horror story. Is it just old age? Nope, it's because we're still using the dental wisdom we learned when our teeth were bulletproof at 20 on teeth that are now as fragile as a politician's promise at 70.
And here's the kicker, the truly terrifying part. A damaged, inflamed tooth isn't just a local problem. Oh no, fat inflammation is a tiny little terrorist hitching a ride on your bloodstream straight to your heart, causing heart attacks. Or even worse, taking a detour to your brain and causing Alzheimer's. A simple brushing mistake can turn into a full-blown health time bomb. Why, oh why, is brushing immediately after eating such a dental no-no? Why has the wisdom we swore by become poison for our 70-year-old selves? And what deadly secrets lurk behind those dazzling white teas in toothpaste commercials? Today, Doc Vu Duc Ong is here to smash, shatter, and obliterate every single dental misconception you've ever held. Watch this, and you'll preserve the pure, unadulterated joy of using your own teeth to gnaw on ribs and munch pickled vegetables for the rest of your glorious life. Saving tens, maybe even hundreds of V&D on dental bills? That's just a bonus prize, folks. If you're hyped for today's revelations, get ready. Your eagerness fuels the mission to save Vietnam's senior smiles. So, without further ado, I present to you the dental survival rules that hospitals mysteriously forget to mention. Brace yourselves, folks. What I'm about to drop will flip your decades of dental dogma upside down. Grab a pen and paper or just snap a screenshot with your phone. Your future teeth will thank you. Here are 2 secrets that cost precisely 0 dong but can add a decade or more to your teeth's lifespan. These are the ultimate dental survival hacks. Uncle Hung, upon hearing this, slapped his thighs so hard I thought he'd broken it. He wailed, "Why didn't anyone tell me this sooner?"
Survival rule number 1. For 1 hour after eating, do not touch that toothbrush. Many of you are probably gasping right now, but Doc, aren't we supposed to scrub away all that leftover food? Won't it just rot in there for an hour? Nope, it won't rot immediately. Our oral bacteria need a decent chunk of time to throw a party and churn out cavity-causing acid. But if you brush right after eating, your teeth dissolving, that's practically instantaneous. Here's the juicy and slightly acidic reason why. We Vietnamese love our sour soup, pickled vegetables, beef stew with preserved cabbage, and then we finish it off with oranges, apples, or coffee. What's the common denominator? Acid. When acidic food enters your mouth, your tooth enamel, that glorious hard-as-nails armor protecting your teeth, temporarily gets all soft and spongy. It's like it's had a really long hot bath. To put it simply, imagine you've just soaked in a hot bath or a sauna for 30 minutes. What happens to your skin? It gets puffy, right? You could literally just rub off dead skin cells like tiny noodles with a gentle push of your finger. Your teeth, right after an acidic meal, are like that hot bath-soaked skin. If you brush them then, it's like taking a loofah and vigorously scrubbing that softened, vulnerable skin. Ouch! You'd be raw and bleeding, wouldn't you? Same goes for your teeth. Their soft, acid-exposed surface meeting a stiff toothbrush? Poof! Enamel gone in a flash. Medically, this is called acid erosion. And Uncle Hung? He was a prime example. He'd heard vinegar was good for you, so he drank vinegar water with every meal. Then, obsessed with immediate brushing, he'd attack his teeth. What poor tooth could possibly survive that double whammy?
So, what's a savvy senior to do? After eating, simply rinse your mouth with plain water. Just swish, swish, spit to wash away the acidic remnants. Then wait a glorious hour. Your body is a magnificent machine. Your saliva will magically kick in, neutralize the acid, and reharden your tooth surface. Brushing should only commence after this hour, when your teeth are back to their tough, resilient cells. Follow this simple rule, and you'll prevent 90% of tooth erosion. Consider it a dental superpower. Survival rule 2. Take that whitening toothpaste, any toothpaste with gritty bits, and hurl it directly into the trash can. Now, many of you, noticing your teeth adopting a charming yellow hue with age, reach for whitening toothpaste. Let me be blunt. For anyone over 60, whitening toothpaste is essentially sandpaper for your teeth. Why, you ask? Toothpaste contains abrasives, tiny little rock particles, designed to scrub away surface gunk. Whitening toothpastes are basically turbocharged versions, packed with rough, powerful grit. How else do you think they whiten? By sanding off the discoloration. Youngsters have thick enamel, so a little sanding is no biggie. But after 60 years of life's dental roller coaster, your enamel is already thin, like a worn-out flimsy shirt. And now you're rubbing sandpaper, aka whitening toothpaste, on it? Poof! Your thin enamel will vanish faster than your grandkids' inheritance. Then your dentin, the layer beneath, will be exposed.
Dentin is connected to your nerves, so it's super sensitive, and it's naturally yellow. Oh, the irony. Here's the hilarious, tragic paradox. You use whitening toothpaste to make your teeth whiter, but by grinding away the outer layer, you expose the yellow dentin underneath. So your teeth end up looking more yellow. The more you brush, the yellower they get, and the more sensitive they become. It's a cruel, yellow, painful cycle. Uncle Hung also wanted white teeth. He got screaming yellow roots and agonizing sensitivity instead. Classic. So please, when you're at the pharmacy or supermarket, don't be seduced by siren calls of whitening, extra clean, or super scrub. Instead, reach for toothpaste for sensitive teeth or gum care, the gentle, low abrasive stuff. Check the ingredients list. If calcium carbonate or silica are at the top, run away, fast. Etch this into your memory. A senior's teeth are not cast iron pots that need a vigorous scouring. They are delicate crystal goblets, requiring tender, loving care. Just these two simple changes, and your teeth won't erode into oblivion anymore. Pinky promise.
But wait, there's more. If you've reformed your brushing habits but still wake up with a mouth tasting like a dragon's armpit or a jaw aching like you've been chewing rocks, then a different villain is at play. The terrifying things that happen while you sleep? I'll spill the beans later. Do you know anyone who sprints to brush after every meal? Or frets over yellow teeth and buys whitening toothpaste? Share this with them right now. You could be their dental guardian angel, saving their teeth from an untimely demise. All right, tackling those first two brushing habits is half the battle won. But the other half? That's where things get truly spooky. Unlike daytime villains, these dental destroyers sneak in silently while you're deep in dreamland, ravaging your teeth with no mercy. Uncle Hung's deeply eroded roots? Yep, a victim of these nocturnal nasties. What I'm about to tell you is so crucial, even dentists struggle to cram it into a 30-minute appointment. But trust me, it's worth more than gold, and definitely more than your eroding teeth. Survival Rule 3. Do not underestimate the power of a dry mouth. Conquer it at all costs. Do you wake up feeling like your tongue has been superglued to the roof of your mouth? Or wake up parched in the middle of the night? If so, your mouth is basically an unprotected fortress under relentless attack from bacteria. You see, saliva isn't just glorified spit, it's nature's ultimate dental bodyguard. Packed with minerals like calcium and phosphate, it swoops in to repair and re-harden your teeth after they've been softened by acid during the day.
We call this remineralization. In plain English, saliva is your teeth's natural cement, their protective sealant. It's a superhero in liquid form. But alas, as we gracefully age, our salivary glands get a bit lazy, producing less of this magical elixir. Add to that the cocktail of medications many of you are on: blood pressure meds, prostate meds, sleeping pills, antidepressants, allergy meds. The classic side effect of these joy killers? Dry mouth. Uncle Hung, bless his heart, was also taking sleeping pills for his insomnia. And when he slept, he snored with his mouth wide open, practically inviting the Sahara Desert in. All night long, his mouth was bone dry, his natural defenses gone. The bacteria, they were having a field day, gnawing away at his tooth roots like it was an all-night buffet. The open-mouth sleeping, the medication-induced dry mouth, these are the real culprits behind cavities and receding gums, even for the most diligent and misguided brushers. So starting today, become a hydration champion. Drink water consciously and often. Before bed, crank up that humidifier by your bedside. Give your mouth a fighting chance. If you're still a mouth breather, pop into a pharmacy and grab some mouth taping strips. Yes, it sounds weird, but trust me, your teeth will thank you. Remember, dry spit equals dead teeth.
Survival Rule 4. Stop the nocturnal teeth grinding and clenching. It's like a tiny, terrifying wrecking ball slamming into your teeth all night long. Take a peek in the mirror. Is the gum line where your teeth meet the gums notched? If it's a sharp V-shaped canyon like something sawed it off, that's not your toothbrush's fault. That's abfraction, the fancy term for your teeth disintegrating because you're grinding or clenching them into oblivion in your sleep. Many folks mistakenly blame aggressive horizontal brushing for these notches. And yes, sometimes that happens, but the real killer is the sheer, ungodly pressure from above. When you eat, you chomp down with about 50 to 60 kilograms of force, but when you're unconsciously grinding or clenching in your sleep, that force can rocket to over 100 kilograms. Imagine that. Picture this, you're applying the equivalent of a small car's weight to your teeth, twisting and grinding them for hours. Your tooth necks, unable to withstand the trauma, will literally fracture and pop off. It's like taking a dry log and pressing down on it vertically. It'll split right in the middle. At this point, even the softest toothbrush in the world won't help. This is pure, unadulterated physics at its most destructive. When asked, Uncle Hung's family confirmed he ground his teeth with a horrifying curt sound at night. Uncle Hung himself, clueless. If you wake up with an aching jaw or those sharp V-shaped notches, sprint to the dentist and get a night guard, a fancy name for a custom-fitted mouth protector. Just wear it while you sleep and it'll absorb all that destructive force, saving your teeth and bones from becoming dental debris.
Feeling a little overwhelmed, huh? Wait an hour, ditch whitening paste, conquer dry mouth, stop grinding? It's a lot to take in. But how do you actually do this in your daily life? Don't fret, I'm about to unveil the miraculous dental schedule I created for Uncle Hung. From the moment you open your eyes until you hit the hay, just follow this simple, clear routine. If you find this stuff life-changing and tooth-saving, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Your click powers my mission to deliver more epic health content. All right, enough talk. Knowledge is one thing, action is a whole other beast. Let's get practical. If you're scratching your head wondering where to even begin, just copy Uncle Hung's schedule below. He's been following it for 6 months and is now completely free from his agonizing tooth sensitivity. Here's the ridiculously simple 3-step rule. 1. The morning ritual. Hydrate and hibernate. First thing in the morning, before you even think about the bathroom, head to the kitchen. Gulp down a warm glass of water to rehydrate that desert-dry mouth and wake up your sleepy salivary glands. Then enjoy a delicious breakfast. After eating, put that toothbrush back in its holster. Instead, grab some water, swish, swish, spit vigorously for 30 seconds, repeating 2 or 3 times to flush away food debris and acid. Then go about your business for exactly 1 hour. Read the newspaper, watch TV, whatever. Precisely 1 hour later, brush gently with a soft toothbrush.
The lunchtime truth. After lunch, many of you don't have the luxury of waiting an hour to brush. Maybe you're out and about or with friends. In that case, I give you full permission to skip brushing entirely. Shocking, right? But here's the deal. Hurriedly brushing immediately after eating is worse than not brushing at all. Instead of grinding down your precious choppers, just swish water around like you're rinsing for a Michelin star tasting, then pop a Silicon gum. It's like a tiny superhero fighting cavity villains and getting your spit glands to throw a party. Lunchtime dental drama? Done. Now for Operation Nighttime Ninja Brush. The most crucial dental showdown happens right before bed. This isn't a quickie. This is a full-on spot treatment for your teeth. Wait a full hour, or maybe binge an episode of your favorite show after dinner. Then waltz into the bathroom. Grab a pea-sized blob of non-whitening, non-sensitive toothpaste, because we're not trying to blind anyone with pearly whites, just protect them. Relax that grip. Gently nestle your brush bristles into the gum-lined groove. Think of it as a gentle shimmy, not a violent scrubbing spree. We're wiggling gunk out, not power washing enamel.
And here's a secret handshake for the dental elite. Next time you visit your dentist, you are visiting your dentist, right? Politely demand a prescription for high fluoride toothpaste. This stuff is like regular toothpaste on steroids, 5 times the fluoride. It's basically liquid armor, especially if your tooth roots are making a grand appearance and causing sensitivity. Use it before bed and it'll lay down a protective force field that lasts all night. Oh, and don't forget to crank up your humidifier. Your mouth will thank you. Now, I usually get bombarded with questions after revealing these dental secrets, so I've cherry-picked the top 3 head-scratchers for your immediate enlightenment. Q1, Doc, my mouth feels like a science experiment after leaving food in there for an hour. Gross. Am I doomed? A, absolutely not, my friend. Chill out. Many folks panic thinking their lunch will stage a zombie apocalypse in their mouth if they don't brush immediately. But guess what? It takes at least 24 hours for food to really decompose and throw an acid party that leads to cavities. Waiting an hour won't suddenly turn your teeth into Swiss cheese. In fact, waiting gives your enamel time to re-harden, making your brushing efforts way more effective. Worry about grinding your teeth down to nubs before you worry about cavities, folks.
No! 1,000 times no! This is like asking if you can clean your car with sandpaper. Back when dinosaurs roamed and toothpaste hadn't been invented, sure, maybe salt was the best option. But now, we have fancy toothpastes. Under a microscope, those harmless salt crystals look like jagged shards of glass. Scrubbing your gums with them is an open invitation for bacteria to throw a rave in your wounded tissues. Plus, coarse salt will abrade your tooth surface faster than a sandblaster. Rinsing with salt water? Fine. That's like a gentle hug for inflammation. But brushing with it? You might as well just take a cheese grater to your gums. Please, for the love of all that is holy, stop immediately.
Yes, absolutely, and it's fantastic. If your hands are about as strong as a wet noodle, an electric toothbrush is your new best friend. It does all the hard work for you. But, and this is a big but with flashing neon lights, do not press it hard against your teeth. That powerful spinning action will wear down your enamel faster than a regular brush. Get one with a pressure sensor. It'll flash a red light or even stop if you're being too aggressive. Just let it gently caress your teeth. That's all it needs. All right, dental warriors, your training is complete. I've spilled all the beans, revealed all the secrets. Now it's up to you to put these dental superpowers to use. Starting today, can you ditch the post-meal sprint to the sink and instead gracefully sip a glass of water? If this video has sparked a fire in your belly to achieve Mr. Hung's legendary dental health, then prove it. Drop a comment with practice or starting or even just a lonely one. I'll be lurking in the comments, cheering you on like a dental hype man, making sure your newfound determination doesn't just fade into oblivion. Let's create these awesome habits together. And now for the grand finale, a heartwarming tale with a hopeful ending. Exactly 6 months after embracing the 1-hour rule and the gentle brushing technique, Mr. Hung, a man whose previous dental visits involved more grimacing than smiling, reappeared at my clinic. His aura was different. Before, he looked like he'd just swallowed a lemon. Now, he was glowing, practically radiating joy, a smile so wide it threatened to split his face. He barely sat down before practically shouting, "Duck, I can actually chug water now." Before, a sip of cold water felt like an ice pick to the brain. Now, nada. I even went to a BBQ with friends and devoured huge wraps of grilled meat and veggies without having to sneak around like a dental fugitive. My life is fun again.
The checkup results were even more jaw-dropping. His deeply recessed tooth necks had stopped eroding, and his gums had thrown off their swollen shackles. Of course, lost teeth don't magically sprout back, but thanks to that superfluoride toothpaste and proper care, the exposed dentin had calcified and hardened, banishing his pain. We essentially put a halt to the dental apocalypse. Mr. Hung clutched my hand, eyes shining, and declared, "Doc, I always thought you had to be diligently on it to live well. Turns out, sometimes a little laziness with my dental care was the secret potion for my health." Honestly, I almost shed a tear. Almost. So my dear dental disciples, don't ever think it's too late. Even if your teeth look like they've been through a medieval battle and your gums are staging a dramatic retreat, there's still hope. Your body is a magnificent self-repairing machine. Just ditch the bad habits, give your teeth a proper siesta, and they'll stop their self-destruction tour, sticking with you like loyal and much healthier companions.
To recap, here are today's 3 golden nuggets of dental wisdom. 1. Don't grab that toothbrush post-meal like it's a weapon. Rinse and chill for an hour. It's your teeth's personal bodyguard. 2. Stop chasing blindingly white teeth with harsh whitening pastes. For us seasoned folks, gentle paste and a soft brush are better than any superfood. 3. Don't let your mouth become a desert. Drink water, stay hydrated, and save your teeth and your gums from a parched fate. Oral health isn't just about devouring delicious food, though that's a huge perk. Lose the joy of chewing, and your brain might start acting fuzzy, leading to a full-body meltdown. But if you're still munching away at 80 or 90, savoring every sweet and savory morsel, that is the ultimate retirement plan. I hope these little pearls of wisdom light up your path to that glorious dental destiny. I'm Dr. David Joan, your friendly neighborhood tooth whisperer. I'll be back with more mind-blowing medical truths that hospitals are just too busy to tell you. If this video saved even one of your precious chompers, hit that subscribe and like button. And if you have a friend who's still performing the post-dinner toothbrush dash, share this video. Your single click could save someone's valuable grin. May your teeth be strong, your meals delicious, and your smiles always dazzling.